I got two cups here, because for many service-based businesses, the owner is the business. Even the market, the customers that they serve, to distinguish that this person is not the business.
Right.
And so that's a fear that me as a buyer has, is you've established this service-based business that's surrounded around you.
Yeah.
And now you are going to sell me this. Are all of your customers attached to you, or are they attached to the business?
Right.
So help walk us through that kind of process.
Well, in your analogy, this bottom cup is full at this moment. And when you remove the owner, this bottom cup is now empty. And so you don't want to pay fair market value for a business that's empty when you get it, right? And so it's a decent analogy. I kind of like it. But the trick is how do I give you a business that is as full the day the owner's gone as it was when he was there? And many owners that's a concentration, right? We talk about customer concentration and being too concentrated on one vendor or in one geography for service businesses. If the owner has all the sales relationships, all the employee relationships, all the vendor relationships, deals with the landlord, deals with the CPA, deals with the attorney, and you remove that person, you have no continuity left to conduct that business post-sale in the same manner that it was conducted pre-sale, right? And that's the fear of an investor coming in and buying.
It's definitely my fear.
Yeah, and so that's again is if you're very transactional in the sale of your business and in brokerage, and you just say, I want to sell this by September 1st, no matter what, and your business is set up like this, it doesn't give you enough time to go in and bring some individuals and remove those responsibilities from the owner, put them on people that are going to stay with the business when it transfers, and they also have to have time to gel and prove that they can perform at the same level pre-ownership. So it's just a concentration issue, and it's one that's really, really common. And the smaller the business, the more common it is.
Yes.
In every transition, there's going to be some employees, some customers who are wary of the new owner, right? And there should be enough synergy and enough forethought and planning into marketing and strategy to where you gin up in another group of employees and customers and vendors enough excitement to offset that, right? And so hopefully what you've got pre-transaction and what you've got post-transaction are pretty much equal when the owner's gone. And then it's on you as the buyer to take that and use it as a foundation and a platform to grow from. And I've yet to meet a buyer that wants to buy a business and have it stay the same, because that's barely enough to cash flow the note that it costs to cover the purchase. There's nothing left for you as an investor. And so the owner concentration that we're talking about is a deal killer. And we just got through throwing out a statistic that 80 out of 100 businesses for sale in the small business environment aren't going to transact. Well, that owner being too integral to achieving the revenue and the profit that you were looking at to purchase is probably the most common deal killer. And the smaller the transaction, the more common it is. The second one is the owner's ego gets in the way. This is my thing, and I built it, and if you don't appreciate it the way I appreciate it.
And it's not just guys. It's not just guys. Okay, there's women that own businesses, and they have the same thought process.
Yeah, if you're going to come in and change it, I'm not going to sell it to you. Well, nobody wants to buy a business and keep it the same. That's not the vision of a buyer. So sometimes it's just a limiting mentality. And a lot of times, over time, conversation after conversation with a prospective buyer, somebody at a trade show, a guy like you calls on the phone, and they have lunch with their banker, they hear the same thing over and over, they begin to be a little more self-aware that that's hindering them from achieving a long-range goal. And I'll see a handful every year, not a lot, of small business owners kind of change that opinion and say, okay, now I realize what was mine, I had it the way I want it, but when I sell to somebody else, it's their baby now. And I need to set them up to be able to take care of that baby. Well,
Press the subscribe button to stay updated with the latest.